Ahead of the 2023 general election, the Independent National Electoral Commission (Inec) has urged domestic and international observers not to show partisanship in the electoral process. Chairman of the umpire, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, made this appeal in Abuja at a briefing for accredited election observers for the 2023 general election, taxing observers to keep up with international good practice. With 3 days to general election, the Independent National Electoral Commission is confident to deliver a free, fair and credible election as it has provided the guidelines to aid a smooth process. Professor Yakubu states that observers are organized study groups who observe the electoral process and in turn brief the Commission on its processes, lapses, hence the reason for the accreditation of 229 observers group nationally and internationally.
With global good practice, electoral commissions in most jurisdictions invite national and international organizations to deploy observers or organize study tours for election managers during elections. As a consequence, observers submit reports to electoral commissions highlighting strengths and weaknesses of processes. Arising from study tours, election managers also learn from other jurisdictions. The reports are recommendations of observers, and the knowledge from the study tours help electoral commissions to progressively improve processes. The progressive improvement in our electoral democracy since 1999 draws in part from the reports of observers and the study tours. That's why over the years, the Commission has sent open or specific invitations to national and international observers. The implication is that accredited observers are guests of Inec. For the 2023 general election, beginning this weekend with the presidential and National Assembly elections, the Commission has accredited 196 national and domestic groups that are collectively deploying 144,800 observers.
IFES Regional Director for Africa, Clara Cole, commended the Commission's efforts so far. She called on observers to follow the electoral guidelines as the observation process will help boost confidence of the electoral process.
Observation has become an integral part of any elections and has contributed immensely to the growth of democracy across the globe. As many of us are aware, election observation contributes to public confidence, assists with deterring fraud, exposes irregularities, and provides recommendations for improvement of elections. Hence, this briefing session provides an opportunity for Inec to lay emphasis on procedures, guidelines, and innovations for observers who are participating in this process.
On the readiness of Inec, some observers shared their thoughts and commended the Commission for its visible improvement so far.
For us as an organization, we actually undertook a tour of the 6 geopolitical zone to engage stakeholders, and including the security and Inec, to find out their level of preparedness away from the national, at the state level and at the zonal level. And we were very impressed with the reports that we got. We found out that at the zonal level, even though they're still having issues with synergy between the security agents, but they have worked out a strategy to be able to handle that. For Inec is working very closely with all the identified stakeholders. At the zonal levels, we found out that they had their acts together, because there was a synergy between the security agents and Inec and National Orientation Agency when it comes to the issues of voter education. So far so good, and we are now at this meeting listening to the briefing. I would say that for the first time we're seeing an Inec also that is very proactive in information dissemination. Every time there's a misinformation, Inec is always coming out with a press statement to give the true picture. So that was really keen in our preparation towards this election.
As to INEC progress, I think there's a sustained improvement by the Commission in advancing the cause of the election in Nigeria, especially as it concerns persons with disabilities. There has been improvement. We have been on this for years now, and the successive leadership of INEC have continued to improve on electoral inclusion.
There's no doubt INEC is prepared. Preparation is not a rocket science. If you look at the various level of intervention, you look at the various level of deployment of the necessary electoral material. As we speak, I think from the briefing we got, over 70–80% of all the electoral material have been deployed as at yesterday. Their target is by tomorrow they would have done 100% of all the electoral material. So it's important that we give them the necessary support so that we can have a truly fair, credible, and inclusive election.
Meanwhile, the International Conference Center is being set up as the venue for collation and situation room for the presidential and National Assembly elections come Saturday, February 25th, 2023. Annie T. Patrick, Core TV News, Abuja.